Hey guys, okay, hang on a second here. Ouch. I'll explain my title in a minute, and I just can't even believe it. But I shouldn't put it past anyone, because I think there's a certain formula from another case that's for some people. And let me make sure you can hear me before I even start with this crap. Hi there, Sean Sneed. Hi, Barbie Lynn. Sorry, Shares, Tammy, Star Marie Aurora, Nora Woods, Olivia, Vicky, Linda Uribe, Two Scooter, Alma, Vintage Gal. Let's see who else we have. Nikki Sticks. Okay. Well, I wonder. All right. Okay, you can hear me. Sometimes I wonder, like, why people do this. Don't they realize how obvious it is? But I guess they don't. And I guess it's worth a shot if it worked for someone else. And we saw that clearly, okay, with the Cash Gurnan case, okay? We saw that people didn't want to wait for law enforcement, didn't want to wait for facts, so they made up their own alternative facts. And they went on witch hunts, and they called people's names that were not even suspects, and they just kept going on and doing that, right? And what did it do? It brought in a lot of views, a lot of speculation. They knew this, they knew that. So-and-so's leaving, so-and-so did this. We found this on them, whatever. They had people running around to houses. And a lot of that came because of the Chris Watts case. Because that has been running like a machine, like a money machine, for what? Going on 3 years now. When really, after that discovery came out and after the facts were discussed, that was it. There wasn't ever anything new on it. Ever. Okay? Yes. There was the confession in Wisconsin. Yes. Okay. That I'll give you. That should be discussed. Absolutely. But beyond that, all of these things about these insiders and everything was all fake. So we know that. So we saw it again. Cash Gurnan. And now the next sensational case is Summer Wells. Okay? Summer Wells is the case that everyone cannot stop. And if there's nothing there, we're going to speculate what's there. And we're going to speculate it to death. And it's different than just brainstorming about what could have happened. No, this goes way beyond that. This goes way beyond brainstorming based on facts or what we know. There's nothing like that. And it's all being taken, in my opinion, from a certain person that probably is leading the pack on that other CW case. And that person thinks they are like a megastar now. They're a megastar because they were mentioned on that Cellmate Secrets, right? And I think other people are thinking like, wait a minute, what did he do? What could I do in the Summer Wells case? Well, I've seen it all. It's going into the shower. I look at my feed, and I don't know why, but this jumps into my feed because I'm not even subscribed to this person. I look at it and I'm like, no. Because I see like a photo editing software up there with Summer's picture. So I click on it for a minute, and literally this person is zooming in and out of this picture. Zooming in, zooming out, putting up the lighting, taking it down, doing all kinds of different effects. Anyone that works with any type of editing software, I could take a picture of Luke right now and put it in and make you see things that are not there. Look, doesn't it look like huge bruising on his face? Look at that. Here's the other thing. So I also notice there's a lot of ways that you can psychologically manipulate people, okay, to believe what you're saying, the way you speak. There's certain persuasive language, and they all use it, these scammers, right? Am I right? Do you see that? Does that make sense? Yeah, that's right, right? Isn't it? Yeah. What do you like? Yeah, do you see that? Yeah, wow. Isn't that crazy? See that? Everybody sees that. Oh, you can't deny that. Look at that. I can't believe this. Wow. I hope. Okay, here's a couple of things. First of all, they're all like, oh my gosh, I hope law enforcement is looking at this. I hope they are. Do you seriously believe? Hold on. I'm just going to shut this off. Hold on. I'm not even dealing with this tonight. I'm just going to turn this. Okay. So, oh my gosh, right? Is law enforcement, what are they going to deal with? Law enforcement has gone over all of the social media. They have a special department that does that in cases like this. I think they think people like this are dumb or something. Yeah, really. And a lot of people on YouTube, they don't do their research. And if it's someone that they respect and it's telling them this, they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, I see that. I see that. I'm just going to go ahead and just change the chat here because it looks like our trolls are going to come in. And I think because the shadow man theory and the shadows worked for some will think that worked well. That worked really, really well. And that person became highly successful off that, and now they're going to have a book and a documentary. Wow, all I have to do is see something in a picture, see something in a video. Let me try to see what I can see. But anybody that knows anything about editing photos, okay, when you start going that deep into a photo, you can see anything you want to see, right? Anything. And here's the other thing. They're so hell-bent that somebody took Photoshop and cloned an area around the little girl. And by cloned an area, it's when you try to clean up a photo, let's say that area was cleaned up. That doesn't mean that she was deceased in that picture. Many times I do that on a picture, like if I don't like the background or if something was there that I didn't want to be there, that in itself doesn't mean that. But I don't even think that was done. But let's say it was done. Let's say they went in and cleaned that up. That doesn't say that girl was deceased, okay? It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's happening all over again, right before our eyes. Right before our eyes. It's happening all over again with this case, okay? Now, she was deceased when that picture was taken. Oh, look, you could see the bruise in her temple. It's not a bruise in her temple. People imitate things. People replicate things they think works. So if they have a system and they see a system, don't worry, that'll stop in a minute, that's worked for someone else, well then all I have to do is grab a picture or grab a video of a current case and find something. And it doesn't matter if I really see it or if I don't, because I can convince people that I see it. Okay? And it doesn't matter, because people will want to believe me. And I can use manipulative language, and I can make people think that I know this. And there's also a lot of histrionics, theatrics that are done, like, oh my gosh, what did I find? I hope someone that's in the police department is looking at this. I hope that they're looking at it. This is so crazy. No, this is not about Sandy. This is not about that case, except that I'm saying this is about Summerwell's case. What I'm trying to say is, Oliver, is that they are using what someone used in that case in the Summerwell's case. Do you understand? Am I making sense? I don't know. I feel like I'm them. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? That they're looking at something that was what they think is successful, and they're trying to bring it to another case that's trending and get in on that, get a toehold on that where, oh my gosh, you discovered the bruise? Oh my gosh, you discovered that that picture was, manipulated? And really, people, do you think law enforcement does not have people looking at that already? And they'll say, no, law enforcement, they suck. Thank you, John Wasaki. Do you understand? You get it, Vintage Gal? They're pushing the tactics. Okay. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And it's not happening with one, one person's taking it, the next person takes it a little further, the next person. So you've got people that are making up alternative facts. You have people that are scanning Facebook pages, trying to reach, basically stalking victims and contacting their families for interviews and this and that. Now you've got people taking pictures and enlarging them. So once you take a picture like that, and first of all, if it's not even a high quality picture and it's all pixelated, when you push it out, you could, that looks like a bruise. And yeah, if you make it a little darker, yeah. And if you bump up the contrast, yeah, it's going to look like that. And the scary thing is when you see people saying, yes, oh my gosh, you should be a detective. I hope you tell law enforcement about this. You have to send that in to them. This is crazy. This is crazy. This has just become the scamming highway, YouTube now. And true crime is just, I don't know. Your eyes are closing, Alma? It's getting crazy. It's all breaking news, Nikki, but it's all, now there's like stuff that's just invented, and it's all following a narrative because it worked in one case and people don't see, that all of this stuff that, look, people are donating to a book that hasn't even been written. Do you know that? People are giving thousands of dollars to a book that has not even been written. People are giving thousands of dollars to what they call a documentary, that the preview of it is just somebody narrating over video clips of lions and somebody walking out onto a stage. And they're here, take my money. Please take my money. And thinking that I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, and that certain creator is right back on that script, that very, very same script. 100% on that script. And so is another one. The one that was making all those thumbnails of me. She's running on that same exact script as he did. about the people being in the house, and all these people have to be brought to justice, and we're going to do it, blah, 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 blah. And it is exactly the same thing. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And now we are seeing it with the other cases. Cash Gurnan and now Summer Wells. And I don't know. Maybe it's a hopeless case that anybody will wake up. Because you can put a script right out there. And they can say, oh, no, 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 that's nothing. Those are, and then they can later go on and say, we're going to come out with this, and this is what we think happened, and it's everything on that script. Everything on that script. And people just go, yes, yes. So Britt B says, this is why law enforcement said, stop with the tips of crap you see online. Then the YouTube detectives wonder why they don't get answers faster. It's because all of the BS fake tips they have to sift through. Yeah, I saw it on a YouTube channel. It's so ridiculous that, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, there's more now joining forces, and it's just, I've seen it work before somewhere. I'm going to try to make it work for me. Crazy speculation about the Delphi case too. Thanks, Tammy. It's getting to be absolutely sickening, because it's the same thing. Because somebody comes here, well, did you hear about that? No, where did you hear that? Did you hear that from a law enforcement source? No, I heard it from a YouTube video. I heard it from somebody on a YouTube video. And then the famous thing they love to say is, after they go and they're saying, there's not even saying it's a possibility. This is definitely a bruise. And then they go, why would someone Photoshop the side of that picture? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing this? Because I'm literally sick. I'm sick to my stomach looking at this. I don't know what to do with this. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm crazy to make this video. Maybe I'm going to get a lot of hate. You know what? Well, I guess you can decide if you want to believe it or not. And that's exactly what that other person says. I don't tell you what it is. We're a study group. I tell you that this is what we think. And then you run with it and decide whether you think that that's true or not. Look, my cousin was kidnapped walking to school. She was 8 in 1985. Unfortunately, way before. I don't think I, as a family member, would be able to handle the drama of it. It's becoming a crap show. It is. And it's, you know what it is? It's like you have to sift through so much garbage. And it's like, remember the Globe tabloid? It was like, if you thought the National Enquirer was bad, at least the National Enquirer, there was some truth in there. Some things were not that far off. But the Globe, remember the Globe? The Globe was horrible. The Globe said the most crazy things, and they also had a lot of things about aliens. It's like you've got to sift through everything, and someone that's naive and coming to YouTube, and if they come from a Facebook group where they're speculating like crazy, and a YouTuber's in there grabbing all that speculation, then running to YouTube and putting it up, which is what they're doing, that someone takes that as the facts, and it keeps going and going and going. It's ridiculous. Hi, Carol Boyce. Hi, Joe Sunspear. Hi, Shay. Oh, Margaret. You were in the Globe, Christy Glove? For what? What were you in the Globe for? Hi, Liza Ward, Danielle C, Nora, Gail B. I don't know. It's just, everybody's looking for a like a shortcut to success, a shortcut. Oh, I bet you if I discover that, I bet you if I find something that's not there, I bet you that'll catapult me. And then when they see others doing it and having success that usually is not lasting, it just fuels them to do this and find stuff. But I know because I'm a hobby photographer, and so I use Photoshop and everything a lot in editing photos. And I know that when you are going into a picture like this way, it can end up looking like 1,000 different things. Bad boy. Headline for the Globe. Yeah, did Christy say what she was in the Globe for? I don't know. It just, because I just think like all those corrupted minds now, and then you know where they come all the time? If you're doing something factual, they come all the time with that craziness, because that used to happen in other cases all the time, and they come and they say something that is completely, I'll give you a example, okay? And I was just talking with someone very close to the case about this, because we were talking about the way that this keeps happening, right? And hi, April Lynn. And I said that happens to be this same person that's now manipulating a photo that got very, very upset with me. Very upset with me. Because somebody came into one of my lives and said, hey, listen, so-and-so has an alternate theory of how Cece and Bella were put in the oil batteries. Because Chris was NASCAR, and he could use that, to take those lug nuts on and off so fast that he just removed the panels that were on the batteries where they did recover the girls from. But immediately I said, he couldn't do that. Did you see the kind of operation that had to be done to do that? And do you know what people said? No, she said it could be. She talked to an expert in the oil field. And they said, no, it could be done, and they didn't need any of those trucks or anything. They would just move it from one tank to another, and then they would just open those little hatches things, and it would be so easy. And I was like pulling my hair out of my head, okay? Because I had to keep correcting this. No, it can't be done. It can't be done by one person. They needed trucks. They could not be done, okay? But you had this person spreading this all around YouTube. And Brenda, we are talking about Summer Wells. I'm trying to tell you what's going on now. Now this same person is taking a picture of Summer Wells and enlarging it, making it black and white, changing the lighting, changing the shadows, changing. Oh, that's definitely a bruise. Definitely that's not her hair. Definitely a bruise. 100% definitely a bruise. I know what happened. She was deceased. She did this, she did that. Oh, look, I can tell. I can tell when I zoom in on that. You see that? Seatbelt? Mm-mm. That is photoshopped. Okay? And here it is. Okay, so now, by tomorrow, all these people are going to be running around saying, oh my gosh, did you hear? Summer was deceased in that picture. She hit her head on a rock, and they didn't know what to do, so they took a picture of her in the car, and she was deceased, and they took it. And that's the last picture, and that's going to come into every live stream about Summer Wells. The same way the other crap does. And yet, no one can see this yet. Okay? That's exactly what's going to happen. So watch for that. You're going to hear that tomorrow. Did you hear? Did you hear about it? She was deceased in that picture. The lady on YouTube found it. Somebody's got to get that to the police department. Somebody has to do that. Yeah, sorry. It's crazy. So, I can't even believe it. And then you see what I talk about a Discord group. When you have a few creators who are in a Discord group and they all say, look, if we can all corroborate this, so if I say this today, tomorrow you go ahead and say it, then we have that creator say it the next day, and that creator say it the next day. We've created, right? It's starting to sound valid. We're creating validity around this. And we can do a collab and talk about it. And, you know, we can sound like we're all in agreement. And what is it doing? It's only making, and when I say a script, what I mean is it's fake. It's contrived. I don't mean that it actually says like Jan says blah, blah, blah. Okay? It's their storyline. We can make this work if a bunch of us get together and we all cooperate and we all, you know, vouch for each other. And yes, I see that. And I'll come into yours and say, oh my gosh, I do see it. I do see that. Snow Bunny, you're ashamed you watched. Well, at least, Snow Bunny, do you know, do you believe it, or do you see what's happening? Because I know you've seen another case where that stuff has happened. So I hope maybe you've seen it, that's the same thing that's happening here now. Instead of the shadows in the garage, we're looking at the pictures. So if you did see that video, what do you think, Snow Bunny? Do you see the similarities between and the way the manipulation is done of people? Because it's really scary on here. I mean, it's just going from one case to the next, people trying to make this stuff stick. I'm curious, if Snow Bunny was in there, what does she see? Hi, the undercover mother. How are you? Hi, Jackie Blue. Hi, Karan. Carrie Ann. Tracy Walker. Fully seen it. I'm just too dang naive. Oh, you girl. Okay. See, that's scary then, though, okay? Because it is scary, the people that have seen the other thing and then see that. It's not even about the case, it's just weird. It is. And it's just, I think a lot of the people that do this too are people that have done other scams. Really. And by scams, I mean anything that's like a little bit shady to earn money. And I think when somebody sees somebody being called out for some type of a scam, but they think that person's successful at it, they will go ahead and say, you know what, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could do, why couldn't I do that? Hi, Mocha. It's really sickening. It's really sickening. It's really, really sickening. Yeah, I'm sure of it, made of stardust. I really am. I think it's... Yeah, it'll probably generate more tips, right? Yeah. And, you know, it's easy to then... Somebody usually, in the rule of advertising, is that somebody needs to see something at least 3 times before they'll act on it. So, you know, before when there were print ads, somebody would usually need to see, the average person typically needs to see something 3 times before they will call that number or buy that product. So a first video like that lays the groundwork, and then the next day you come back with another video and look what I found here on this, and the next time you come back with another video, here, look what I found on this. But on YouTube, you just keep coming back to it. And you can literally probably make anybody see anything. If they trust you enough and they think that you know what you're talking about, sometimes they'll agree with you even when they can't see it, because they don't want to be left out of the crowd that sees it. You read that? I didn't read that today. I've known that for a long time, but it's true. It's very, very true. They're already comparing it. Oh my gosh, yes. And that's the other thing. Have you noticed that? Everyone compares every single person, suspect, back to Chris Watts. Have you noticed that? Even ones that are nothing like him. They don't do it so much to Scott Peterson. You don't hear them saying, you know, that, hey, Ted Bundy, that guy reminds me a lot of Ted Bundy. Charles Manson, that's really reminded me of Charles Manson. That reminds me of Robert Durst. You know, that really reminds me of Robert Durst. No, they go right back to Chris Watts. That's just like Chris Watts. It got, you know, we used to have a thing here because people said that so much. We said, if somebody else says that's just like Chris Watts, I'm going to pull my hair out. Because everybody to them is, everyone, even people that are not anything like that. And I think that's because it's probably the first true crime case a lot of people have gotten into, and the one they can't leave. But oh my gosh. You know, like they don't say like, oh, these parents are like John and Patsy Ramsey. I think these parents are like, I see this in them. Mm-mm. It's going on for years. Some creators are so desperate to be the first to find anything. Yeah, it's yeah, you're right. Sorry. It's it's just sickening. It's sickening because to me it's so freaking obvious, but I guess to others, I don't know. It's not. I mean, you can try it yourself. Take a photo and put it in your photo editor and enlarge the crap out of it, especially a photo that's not a good quality. Now, you know, these photos that are taken off of the internet like this, they are not high quality photos. So when it's not a high quality photo, it's going to show even more crap when you enlarge it. Okay? Because it's not a high quality photo and it's going to lose its focus and lose everything. What's up with that? Much love from Shreveport, Louisiana. Thank you. What's up with that? Thank you very much. I just don't understand how it's just, I guess this is just the way it's going to be. I don't know. You know, hi Marie, Knighton, Julia. Yeah, exactly. Hi Deborah Vancouver Dan. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. You know, people just they really they have a very short attention span, and a lot of them don't understand the time that a case takes to work, and that the police and the investigators and the FBI know a lot of things that they don't know. And I think they don't understand that there are whole teams that scour social media, all of it, before this even gets out. They're already over all any of the Facebook, Instagram, all those pictures. And they have the most sophisticated equipment to look for that type of stuff. They really don't need someone sitting on the sidelines in YouTube thinking that, oh my gosh, I think I found the missing piece. And because of people that think that they solved the case, because they found something in some video, okay? And people are giving them thousands of dollars for a book that's not written. And we're not talking about a publisher. We're talking just about viewers. And thousands of dollars for a documentary that's not done. And the trailer for it is nothing but pre-recorded video of lions and stuff like that with a simple narration track running over it. Exactly. They think they have the right to know what the investigators know. Right. And they're not going to. And there's so much they will never know. And they think that it has to meet their timeline. They're going to call the Dallas PD, or they're going to call, you know, Tennessee TBI and say, you better not drop the ball on this case because I'm doing this on YouTube and, you know, we're keeping this case alive. No, you're not keeping the case alive. And your call is not the reason that they're going to, not drop the ball. They're not going to drop the ball because this is their job. Okay? I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's sickening. And then the next thing will be, whatever the outcome is here, whether they find Summer, how they find her, then it's going to be all over again. Deep, deep speculation while we're waiting for a trial. I'm surprised they're not going so much more into Letitia Stout or anything like that. You know, there were people that were, you know, planning the whole trip, how she did this, how she did that. Grand theft should be his charges like Chad Daybell got. He's selling an idea. Yeah, and it's dangerous. It is dangerous. I can tell you from my experience being married to a chief investigator, the media doesn't get a sliver of the information in most cases. Correct. Yeah, Snow Bunny prayers. Yeah, that she's found soon. They are doing true crime fiction drama. Exactly. Exactly. Well, exactly, Millie. That's exactly what it's like. That's why it reminds you of that, because it's the model. It's the model that they're using. If so-and-so was so successful with that, and I think they're like out of their minds because they're believing that this person is a celebrity now, okay? And that they've got a book coming out. It's a self-published book. Random House is not. If there was a real book there with real value, you'd see a real publisher giving the advance. You wouldn't have to go to your YouTube people to get the money and to lie and say it's a lot of money to self-publish the book. Well, you know, if it's going to be an ebook, that's very inexpensive. But if it's going to be a book like Cadle had the first time, what was the price of that? Wasn't it like $7,000 if I'm not mistaken? And, you know, your name's going to get in the back of the book. This is going to come out. This is going to come out. A legend in their own mind. Exactly. So, but don't you understand that that is just completely fueled these other people? Like, I've got to find a scam like his. I have to find some way. How can I find some way? Let me take all these pictures and see what happens when I put them in my photo editing. Does anything come out that maybe I could go with? I could run with that. And then if it's not that, I can say, whoops, I'm not a professional on that. Sorry, that's just what I saw. I was just sharing with you guys what I saw. You know, it's up to you if you want to believe it. That's all I said. Okay? I said, to me, 100% it looked like a bruise. 100% it looked like she was deceased. 100% it looked like somebody manipulated that photo. But that's just me. You know, I need somebody way more skilled than me to be doing this. How can I get them to see my work? You know how we could get them? If you would take this video and share it to everyone you know. Can you share it to everyone every single day on Facebook? Because I could crack this case and I could find this little girl and I could bring justice for her. So I need you to get everyone you know to subscribe, and I need you to get this shared out there everywhere. Okay? Because it's up to you guys. Because I have something here and I think I'm onto something. But I need this to be seen. And that's what they do. You couldn't even see your baby on ultrasound. Well, that's another thing. On ultrasounds, how many times people think, oh, that's my boy, right? And it's a girl, because they think they see things that aren't there, or that's not the thing that they see. And Snow Bunny, That's the kind of thing the other lazy boy detective, the first lazy boy detective on that other case is doing, and that's what these new creators are doing in Summerwells and Cash Gurnan. And they're going into Facebook groups and they're having people promote their stuff all over the place in order to get it out there, and they're making people think that they've solved the case. They just needed to get out there. Wouldn't they just call law enforcement? It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's just a little thing there. Investigators wish these foolish YouTube. I'm sure they do. Yes. People want to believe this crazy stuff. They do. They do, because they need something to fill that time between real facts getting out on a case. And like I said, it's okay to look at something and say, but if you have to manipulate something so much to see something, it's crazy. Oh, Vintage Gal, there's plenty of people giving money for that book. Plenty of people. Who knows people that are giving money for that book or seen that? Yeah. They've gotten on and discussed how much they have. Thousands of dollars for a book that hasn't been written. Hi, Lemon. And all full of lies. It's different if somebody says, I made a book, it's true crime fiction based on this case, but it's not this case. It's based on that case, but it's true crime fiction. That's a different thing. But to say something is, not true crime fiction, it's the real deal. That's fraudulent. Because there is no new evidence. There are no real insiders that are coming out. They're all fakes. Exactly, Rough Ready, but they're going to finish with the narrative that was in that script. That's what's going to happen. The narrative that was in that script is what they're both going for. And the rest of them are yelling amongst themselves. All they've been doing is fighting amongst themselves. But the two creators that were not together once are together now. The one that was making those horrible thumbnails of me, along with the original Lazy Boy Detective. It's everything is 100% on that script. And again, when I say script, the narrative that was found on those pages. It's back 100% to that. All of them being in the house, blah, blah, everything that we read that night. That's the new book. That's the new documentary. That's the new videos. The rest are just fighting amongst themselves. Or they're discussing me or showing my husband falling down the stairs. They can't. Those few can't get out of their own way, and can't move on to anything else. So that's that. That's my pet peeve. Some are even post. Really? Why would they be doing that, Stardust? I hope we could sneak in a movie. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's very crazy. Oh, really? There's porn going around there? It's crazy. But that's I did watch Scooter's 4th of July. Jimmy has 4 different videos that he took from the other doc, but I have to put them all into one video, so I won't get around to that till tomorrow. But I put it up because he got some good shots from another angle. No, it's not true crime. It's right, Carol Boyce. Yeah. That's your mom and yourself. Have not got actual name in chat. Use Shazzy C before. Oh, you were Shazzy C, Sharon? They need to concentrate on neighbors and work friends of her dad. What? Who needs to concentrate on that, John? I'm confused there. Sporting Guista, it's not the world that's going upside down, it's the people. Yeah, but people are believing this, so they just believe anything. I guess P.T. Barnum said there's a sucker born every minute. True. True. Krama, yeah. They just learn how to scam. That's all they're doing. Oh, that scam went well. Oh, that scam didn't go well. That one runs a good scam. I'll model my next scam off of him. Mm-hmm. And these are already people who have had issues with saying that they were collecting money for something that they weren't collecting money for and changing the story. And so there's already issues. And then they're doing something like that, you know? Not a documentary. He says the other side of things. Yeah, that's what he created, sitting on his buttocks in another country. Yeah, but he'll come here for the tour, you know. He'll go to a few key cities like Denver. Hi, Anna. Hi, Henny. So relieved your cats are too. Long time scamming, and it's sad. And it's sad the amount of people that can't see it. And then what's worse is the people that come here like that and say, oh, you know what? I think they did this. Just like the same thing that person got pissed at me about because I said that's not even possible. And that's one of the things that got that person so pissed at me. Murder, yeah, interchangeable characters. Exactly. They should probably maybe try to be content writers for murder mysteries or mystery cruises, mystery dinners. Yes, why don't they just write why don't they write fiction? Why don't they do that? Short stories or novels. They could be loosely based on a true story without saying what one, and just go to town and write your own thing. They'd probably have been more successful because maybe a real publisher would take that and go with that. Are you kidding? Trying to steal him? Seriously, Twilight Girl? Okay. They only know one story. Yeah. I had that happen to me when I debunked some crazy theory. Because they want to believe something so bad and just keep telling me that, okay, that works, that works. With the fireworks, they were firing half and quarter sticks. Wow, a half? That must be crazy. Mini soap opera for YouTube, because I mean, I don't know. Simple fact, how can someone do that? Yeah, she made a video. Are you serious? Twilight Girl? How is someone doing that on YouTube? Trisha Burns, love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Trisha. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, Shar, yeah. Didn't they, are they married? Are they married? Because I thought they just met like in April. Met face to face. Isn't that so? I guess YouTube is a dating site now too. But let me see what else is new in the world. I haven't looked at anything in the world yet. I've been running around all day from the minute I got up, and today I told you, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about this little girl. You remember Faye Sweatlick? I was just thinking about her the other day when there was, I forget what case it was. It wasn't Summer, I don't think. Because it was another case where the child was found right away and it was at a neighbor's home or something. But this happened in February of 2020. And it says that murdered 6-year-old Faye Sweatlick was in the alleged killer's home during multiple police searches there. Wow. But that was the case because they knew they had searched the place where she was found, and they said she had been put there recently. So it says, the alleged killer of 6-year-old Faye Sweatlick was able to hide her body in his apartment despite multiple police searches, and later buried her in the woods before taking his own life. These are among the new details contained in a police report about the case recently released to South Carolina media outlets. Let's see, do we have a link to that? Let's see. She went missing February 10th, 2020 in Case, South Carolina. Shortly after she got home from school, police initiated a massive search for the little girl that entailed interviews with neighbors, including Taylor, but he did not prompt any immediate suspicion. They had also searched Taylor's home the first 2 days after Faye vanished, but when he was gone with permission of his roommate. At the time, police noticed a black laundry bag that was full, but they found no need to focus on it. Officers later interviewed Taylor, 30, who claimed to have been sleeping at the time that Faye went missing, and that is when police began to question Taylor's alibi. Suspicion also came from Taylor's roommate, who noticed an unusual smell throughout the apartment. The roommate told police he had never smelled a dead person, but that something's not right. Although Taylor was using a deodorizing spray in the apartment, the roommate assumed that was to mask the smell of marijuana. Amid repeated inquiries from police and suspicion from the roommate, Taylor buried Swetlick's body in a nearby wooded area around 1 a.m. on February 13th, and this timeline is based on camera footage and recorded a light from the vicinity where the body was found. Taylor later walked to a Walmart to buy soil for the shallow grave. He took a lift on the way back, and the driver told police that Taylor acted unusually. I would say Taylor's behavior was unusual. The driver had asked Taylor whether he knew Faye Swetlick, given that they lived in the same neighborhood. And Taylor reportedly told the driver, "I don't know," multiple times, and then said, "I never met her before." Security camera footage would later show someone going back into the woods carrying what appeared to be a 50-pound bag of potting soil. Later that morning, investigators found a polka dot boot in Taylor's trash can, which appeared to be just like the boots that Faye was wearing when she vanished. Also in the trash can was a soup ladle containing dirt. Those discoveries prompted police to again search the woods, where Faye's body was soon found. Some of the girls' clothes were not fully covered by dirt, and when police removed the dirt, they found Faye's body with a plastic trash bag wrapped around her neck. Police later found Taylor dead in his apartment with a knife in his neck. I believe it was not in his apartment. It was actually on the outside stoop area, what that was. Let's see. Investigators reportedly searched the black laundry bag that was initially spotted, and forensics showed her DNA was in it. Taylor's DNA was also found underneath Faye's fingernails. Police have not been able to identify why Taylor targeted or killed Faye. His roommate told investigators that Taylor had felt depressed and previously expressed suicidal thoughts. The roommate called him childlike and a shut-in. Someone who played online games with Taylor described him as a loner who constantly had a negative outlook on life and who lived without hope. The roommate, said he was a nerdy shut-in, but did not think that he was capable of doing something like this. Taylor did not have a criminal history and had no known connections with Faye's mother or her boyfriend. In the wake of the killing, the community came together to dedicate a new playground, equipment, and benches honoring her, and colorful rocks were also placed around the city as a reminder of the little girl. What's this about? Missing mom, 3 kids vanish on Saturday. Fresno. A mom and 3 kids are missing. Police are looking for a Fresno mother and 3 children. They were last seen leaving a church in Clovis Saturday morning. Desiree Witchapool, 39. Jonah, 10, Zipporah, 7, and Lily, 3, were reported missing on Sunday. Law enforcement in the neighborhood, Madera County, found Desiree's vehicle on Highway 41 at about 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, 3 hours after the family was seen leaving the church. Police say Desiree may be using the last name Ledesma. Anyone with information about the family's location should contact Fresno Police at 559-621-7000. Oh, that's strange. They're found okay. Boys 8 and 9 shoot and kill retired firefighter riding a tractor? Seriously? How does that happen? It's crazy. Two young children are accused of fatally shooting a man on a tractor in South Carolina. June 23rd, a woman in, I think it's Oconee County, South Carolina, called authorities to report that her husband was missing. She said he had been out on their property driving a tractor. Deputies later found 62-year-old Danny Andrew Smith slumped over the steering wheel on the tractor and unresponsive. The tractor had gone down an embankment and it struck a tree. An autopsy found that Smith died from one gunshot wound to his back. Investigators believe that two boys, ages 8 and 9, shot him with a .22 caliber rifle, and it's not clear how police learned the boys were allegedly involved. After a consultation with the solicitor's office and based on the evidence obtained in the outgoing investigation, we believe that both juvenile males discharged a firearm in a reckless manner in the direction of Mr. Smith, who was bush hogging on some family property. And that's from the sheriff, Mike Crenshaw. It does not appear the boys intended to kill Smith. With a charge of involuntary manslaughter, it has to be a shooting in a reckless manner, so we do believe they shot in the direction of Mr. Smith on the tractor and not just shooting up in the air. We don't think there was any malice. We don't think it was premeditated, and their intent was actually not to kill Mr. Smith. But when you fire a firearm in the direction of another person in a reckless manner, then that is considered involuntary manslaughter. Wow. South Carolina law prohibits detaining children under the age of 10, so the children have been remanded to their parents as the case proceeds. Crenshaw urged parents to talk with their children about gun safety. Have those conversations with your kids. The first and very most important thing when you talk about gun safety is to never point a firearm, loaded or unloaded, in the direction of another person. Smith was retired and served as a volunteer firefighter. He loved riding his Harley-Davidson motorcycle. He leaves behind a wife, 2 daughters, and grandchildren. Oh, that's sad all around. Oh my gosh. How did those kids even get that rifle? Crazy, crazy, crazy news. I'm going to open the phone lines. Let me get the number over here. I had to take a shower. I came home and I was like, wow, it smells just like the fireworks in the house. And then Jimmy's like, I don't smell it. And then I just realized it was my hair. Oh, it was gross. Okay. Let me see. Copy invitation. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put it into Slack. And Tracy W., I know you were asking to call in, but when I was live I didn't have a panel. That's why. I was just live with my phone, that was all. Okay. Go, I think that's me there. Now the chat is flying. I took like a 35-minute shower. I'm currently driving my... Yeah, I took a long shower too. Hi, Robbity Bob. Sponsor. Let's see here. Who else is here? Blue. Let's see. Mocha. Debbie 2 Scooter. Debbie with 2 scooters is coming in. Debbie and her 2 scooters. Debbie? Debbie? You have your two scooters?
Debbie and her 2 scooters. Am I allowed to call in?
Yeah.
What? Oh, I was asking Carolyn if I was allowed to call in.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to bed.
Good night.
Good night, Dave.
Carolyn said good night. I came off.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Been waiting for me.
She's putting it on mute because they're saying like bad things. You looked for those? They are not soft. Really? I was told they were soft. Are you sure? The ones I saw were soft. I saw soft ones. I think it was in the bread aisle. They weren't Snyder's, they were another brand. Somebody told me the Snyder's were soft.
Carolyn?
Yes. Yes.
Well, is it okay for me to call in, or would you rather I didn't?
Why?
I don't know. I heard
Because you're such
through
a
the grapevine that
you're such a big star. Because you're such a big star.
I heard through the grapevine that you made a video or something about me.
Yeah, did I? No, I didn't.
I was just really hurt that you couldn't come to me about it. You had to make a video. It's got over 1,000 views from like 2 hours ago.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. You think that was about you?
Well, it had my name in the title. Hey, oh, look at this.
What?
You're drinking the same one right now, I think.
See, you're copying me on everything I do. Are you really?
No.
See, you're always copying
Can you
me.
see that?
Yeah, you're always
I
copying.
am not.
You're always copying me.
No, I am not.
You're always copying. Now you have to have your husband have the same injury and vertigo.
Dave's had vertigo for many, many years. His mom has it too.
And you have to be driving him around like I'm driving Jimmy around.
He can drive though, but I just drive for him. But he can drive. He drives with one hand.
I feel like you're copying. Do you have a son coming tomorrow to bring you a dog to babysit for a day?
I have a daughter doing that. I'm
Well, see?
So that's what the video was about then. Scooter is a copycat.
Right. And
I knew it.
And I put that cat that was on that tin roof. See? That's why that lady put those cats. Remember those cats? She made me a cat on a chair and she put you as a cat on the tin roof? Or wherever she
Yeah, I'm like the alley cat. You're like the sophisticated pedigree cat
I'm,
sitting on
yeah,
that
I'm like a
fancy
Disney
sofa.
Cheshire cat kind of in there. Yeah, an aggravated
Yeah.
cat in there on a chair. Yeah, and that's why she did that because she noticed that you were copycats. She said.
Uh-uh. Oh, that's not true.
Oh my goodness. Well, he can't. He definitely can't do a flip now, Fogarty, with his arm, of course. So, but if he could, he probably would be doing it.
Dave can do flips.
See, see.
No, I don't think, no. He probably could back in the day, but no.
Oh, look who's here.
Who?
Davita Lane.
Oh, no. Well, it's time for me to go.
Davita
I'm
Lane.
out.
Davita Lane.
Do I have to break you two up?
Well, well, well. She's always copying them.
Here she comes. I am not a copycat. Just because I never go doesn't mean he didn't have it or doesn't have it. He wishes he didn't.
Yeah.
He has it very, very bad.
I'm sure
Very
it
bad.
has to be the worst. Probably no one's ever had it as bad as Dave.
Send in the forces, please. I can't control them.
Oh my goodness. How are you, Davita?
But he's still going to be driving into Denver tomorrow, huh?
Who's going to Denver?
Dave.
Dave's going to Denver?
Yeah, I don't know why he wants to get Scooter something up there.
Does he really? Does he really, Scooter? She's not answering.
She doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not buffering, but What'd you say? Dave was driving.
Is he
to
really
Denver?
going to
I
Colorado?
said he's still going into Denver tomorrow, though, right? To get that thing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with his gimpy arm, he's going to go.
Yep.
What a trooper.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll go along with it.
I know it.
Hi, Angie.
But you're getting better. You're not laughing right away.
Hi, Angie Wallace. Thank you for believing me.
Hi, everyone. Hope you had a good 4th, everybody.
Yeah, and how did you have a good 4th?
Yeah, I went over to Dacia's. It was London's birthday, and it was really, really nice. And we watched that new Disney Luca. So cute.
What was it?
And it's all in Italy. So
is
cute.
it?
Yeah, really cute.
Henny,
So we
look
watched-
at that. Look at Henny said.
What?
There was a man at Ollie's yesterday. He was dizzy. I made him sit down, and I was preparing to do CPR if needed. His wife was there, and I told her to have his BP checked as he takes meds for it. At Ollie's, Henny. Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Saving lives at Ollie's. Good for you.
wow. It's going around.
Hi, Kevin.
But
Hi,
I'm
Tabor.
mad right now
Why?
because outside, now you got to keep in mind where I live, okay? And most of you know me at all. I live in a very, very high fire area.
Yeah.
Some idiots, and I wished I knew where they were, but you can't tell where they're at. They're still letting off fireworks. Everything is so dry here that all it would take is just one thing, you know what I mean? And there we'd go back to where we were last year. And it's
Right.
irritating the heck out of me, and I don't know, because when you're in a canyon, you can't tell where it's really coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still doing fireworks right now, and the fireworks that were done at the lake, they're supervised, so they're done right. These idiots out here are just letting them off.
Yeah,
I'm
same in my
surprised.
place.
I'm
Oh, it's driving
surprised.
me
I'm
nuts.
surprised because of the fires.
I know. trust me, if I knew where they were, I'd drive there and say, are you a bunch of idiots? Do you want your house to go up?
But don't you have the cops patrolling?
Well, obviously not, because they're doing it.
Wow.
Well, I called a couple times from the people in my neighborhood
it
because
sounds. Wow.
it's illegal here in Washington.
That's illegal
Right
here
now,
too.
you can't do
Where
it.
where are you, Amazing Grace? 1 a.m. and it sounds like a war zone, Amazing Grace said. See, everybody stops here. Everybody, we have a association, and then we just say, like, they extended it till 11 o'clock, but it used to be 10 o'clock, and that's it. Now they say 11 o'clock, please, and no more. And that's it. And you see it. It's like over at 10 o'clock, and that's it. They'll do it. They can do it every night. Like, they'll do it all throughout the summer. Not as big as this, but they will.
That's like where I'm at. It's all July.
Right. Well, yeah. It could
On
be
and
all
off
summer here.
all day long.
But they won't do it after 11 o'clock. They won't do it after 10 o'clock in most times.
Oh, they do here.
Like, you won't hear anything now.
Ticks me off. Ticks me off.
It's weird.
Hi, Davita.
Hi, how are you, Tammy?
I'm good. I got a
Good.
package going to you.
Oh, please save your money. You need to keep money for you.
You have an ordinance after midnight, huh, Fogarty?
I always worry. You need to keep your money. You've done more than enough. Believe me. But thank you for the thought. It's so sweet of you. Santa Claus.
She's still around.
Yeah, it's irritating the heck out of me because, I mean, like I told you, I'm more scared of fires than I am earthquakes. You know, I mean, because they've come very close to where I live last year and then the year before that. I mean, I told you I went to bed and I could see the flames coming up over the hill in my bed. I could see them. I mean, it gets too close. You know, these idiots are out there doing whatever they're doing like a bunch of numbnuts.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wow.
So that's what I'm doing.
So you're
Oh, and I'm
upset.
getting the video. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Crazy. Scooter, I'm surprised you didn't get punched in the face tonight.
What?
Well,
See, I knew you were mad at me.
She was going to people, hey, listen, you're on YouTube. Did you know that you're on YouTube? I got you on YouTube. What if you got somebody cheating on his wife?
Oh, Lord.
Did you think of that?
No.
Hey, you're on YouTube.
She's so funny. I love the way she does with those kids that day. I thought that was so cute, but I thought, oh dear God, what if those parents get mad at her?
Like what? Yeah, she'll be like the paparazzi. They'll be like the paparazzi, and they'll take your phone and they'll start stomping on it. You know, because they can't pull the film out. They'll just take it and start stomping on it.
Did you see how good natured everyone was though about it?
Pretty
Thank
much. But
goodness.
some guy said, "Don't take my stuff without my consent." That one guy screamed something out.
Yeah,
Oh, he did?
Around. He was joking.
Oh, okay.
And then
I
what
think.
about those people that look like they hit each other with their cars?
I know. Yeah.
I
They were
really
trying to
thought
get
that
out at the same time.
I thought that was an accident. Couldn't believe they didn't hit each other. And
I
then those
know.
other people having a fight.
Someone had a fight?
Well,
I
a
don't
guy,
remember
remember you said that guy was having a fight?
Yeah, that he was crossing the street and he was talking to that
Yeah.
person and they're all mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. Must not have seen him or something. Thought he was going to get run over.
My gosh.
Wow.
That would
Karen
be good.
Chow.
That would be good if you could get a fight. You know that lady that got all those views because she put on that Chewbacca mask and laughed in her car?
Yes. She
What
made
was
shit.
that?
Do you know how many views that chick got?
I mean,
I
I didn't
didn't
even
know that.
I didn't even find that funny.
I didn't either.
And I just
didn't
can't even
either.
believe that went like viral like that.
Yes.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, now that you mention that, I do remember, and that was stupid. And she,
Right. All she did was
It went
she went to
viral.
Kohl's, she put the mask on, she
Yeah.
looked in the rearview mirror, and she laughed with the mask on.
Yeah.
And
It
that
wasn't-
went
I'm going to go buy a
viral.
mask. I'll be back.
See, and then you're like, oh, I'll recreate that with another mask. That's the same kind of thing of these scams.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird the way certain things just take off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or when people were having their kids do things that you knew they was all planned, like spreading flour from one end of the, and it was so obvious that it was planned and it didn't really happen that way, and the mother just comes out of the bit wherever she is with the camera. Yeah, there were so many times I called a BS on that.
Hi, Tammy.
LMNW50, yeah, there is. Here's a stomach bug going around. Jason and his family have it.
Ew, really?
Yeah,
Ew, I hate
Yeah.
stomach bugs. I hate them.
I do too. I hate stomach bugs.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
I know.
You didn't think it
I
was
feel
funny
like
either.
I feel like real shy.
Oh,
You're
feel
shy?
You're very
I
shy.
feel shy right now, like,
Really?
yeah.
Scooter,
Uh-huh.
do you really feel shy?
I do. I feel like,
Why?
I don't know, I just feel like Carolyn hates me or something.
Oh my
dear God.
gosh. She's trying to get it. She's trying to be the top drama YouTuber.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, she wants
Look at her
drama.
laugh. She can't keep a straight face.
You
long
should
enough.
have some drama with Davida over her fake cakes and stuff. You should be like, there's no need for fake cakes. And then Davida could come at you and say, there's this YouTuber, she's saying that there's no need for fake cakes. And you could both do it to each other. And then you could be like, I've said there is no need for a fake cake. And you could keep going back and forth with each other.
But the thing is, I can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if she was the person I didn't know and said it, I'd just say, okay, see you later. I just don't, I can't stand it. It drives me crazy.
Maybe that's what you need. Spice it up a little bit.
Oh, crap. Well, if that's what I need, forget it. No, thanks.
How was
No.
work today, Davida?
I didn't work. It was Sunday. It was 4th of July. I was at Dacia's. It was London's birthday.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
I
old
know.
was it?
9, right? 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
You want to hear something funny? Okay, now, all right. Now, this is absolutely.
you
This
have to
is,
say, do you want to know something?
do you want to know something? We went
Yeah,
over to see
yes.
my 96-year-old aunt today, okay? And I took some pictures, and my cousin's like, don't put this on Facebook. I don't want. He's like so down on the computer. I don't want anything on face. I'm like, what? I'm like, first of
That's
all,
how my one son is.
this is me and my aunt. And my aunt's laughing. She goes, is that going on Facebook? And I said, no, it's probably going on Instagram. And she goes, oh, and she's laughing. And I'm like, my cousin doesn't even look at Facebook. I'm like, what the hell are you? Okay, stop bossing her around. Anyway, so wait, but that's not the reason I'm saying that. So we go over there, and Jimmy walks in first. And my cousin had I know why my aunt wanted to go home so bad, because it rained all day yesterday, and he had a bunch of his friends up, okay? And they're all different ages, and then in comes this one with the girls today. She's the one I always see, okay? And it's just it's so much, and you could tell my aunt was like, right? So I go, you're not going to stay for the fireworks? She goes, no, but you come down. She goes, I've got another engagement, 96 years old. She goes, I have other engagements to go to. I'm serious. I'm so totally serious. And she doesn't look 96. She looks like the most 72. She drives her own car. She makes it I'm telling you, she can outwalk me. She can walk so freaking fast. Their house the deck goes straight up to the roof. She goes, oh my gosh. Oh, Brittany, so let me go run up and see if I can help her. And she flying up this hill. I'm telling you. And then flying back and forth to their car. It's just crazy. Okay, anyway, we walk onto the deck, and she's got this kid that we've never seen standing next to her. And I didn't know who it was at first. I couldn't even tell how old the person was. And he goes, hey, look, the Tin Man's here. Right? So I go to
Tin
Jimmy.
Man.
I go to Jimmy. The Tin Man is that, and then he breaks out in song from the Wizard of Oz. He was pretty good, right? So then I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. So then he goes to me, hey, you like flying monkeys? And I was
Oh,
like,
boy.
that was
Do
kind of.
I?
So I said, flying monkeys? I said, sometimes people call me a flying monkey. And he goes, you like to fly with monkeys? And I said, yeah. And then he goes like this, you like to do yoga poses? And I said,
Oh, boy.
and he goes like this, namaste. Do you like them? You look like you would be good at yoga poses. You like them? And then my aunt is trying to say something to me, and then he was really funny. And he could sing, and he would break out in song every 2 minutes, like from all. Then he would say, "You like trains? Do you like trains? I love trains." Babylon, next stop, and then he went through like all these towns in New York along this train line. Okay, then he goes, "You like to go fishing in the lake?" Right? So then I'm like, okay. But then the funniest thing was he goes like this. My aunt says, come on, let's all sit down and we'll get to know each other. You know, like she said, we'll talk again, right? So I sit down and he goes, oh, goody, we can all sit next to Santa now. I almost lost my mind, right? We can all sit next to Santa. And I look over at Ethan and Luke, and they're like kind of losing it. I'm thinking like, because he was, and then she goes to me, Carolyn, he has like Asperger's or something. She goes, and I said, yeah, I figured that, but the guy is really funny. Okay,
Yeah.
he really is. And he would break out in song. He had all these songs, and I guess he was a really big fan of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
So he kept breaking out into different songs, and he was pretty good. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And it was so funny.
How old was he?
He was 15. Because I said to him, hey, how old are you? And he goes, 15. And then I said, what's your birthday? He gave it to me. And I said, so you'll be 16? He said, yep. And then, but it was just so funny the way when I sat down, he goes, we can all sit next to Santa. And I was just like, what? Are you saying that? Ethan's like, do you think my mom is Santa? Right? So I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But he was real. Oh my gosh. You don't get the
cute.
Santa comment, Al? I don't know. I guess because my aunt said we're all going to sit down, and it just made him think of Santa. And he just said, we can all sit next to Santa.
Yeah,
That's so
sometimes
cute.
you don't know where things come from, what they say, you know?
Yeah, and
But-
because I thought, you know, I'm trying. Jimmy said, "Oh, I think he has Asperger's," and I said that's what they said. And I said, I thought she said autism, but he's very social for where they're.
Oh, yeah. Well, London is too. London's extremely social.
Oh yeah, because some are not, right? Some people
Yeah,
with autism
right.
are
And
not
that's why
very
the spectrum
social.
is so broad because, you know, some don't talk at all. Some don't want you to even touch them or look at them.
Right.
And London's just the opposite, you know? I mean, he now, I mean, he didn't talk until he was 3, but then when he started, you know, but now he's talking a mile a minute. And yeah, I mean, he is doing so good this year, so good compared to all the years before. I mean, I was so happy to see that. But yeah, he's very touchy, you know, he'll hug you and yeah, he's cute.
Henny, no, his grandfather was there with him. His grandfather's a friend of my cousin's, and his grandfather was inside cooking and had brought him. And then he got on a paddleboard, and he was paddleboarding. He was swimming with the kids. You know, he was just, he was very social, but, and I think he was there last year, but I don't remember it, like, because I didn't meet, but he was just so talkative when he said the flying monkeys. I was like, oh my gosh, are you on YouTube? Yeah, because
Well, he's thinking, you know, because of the Wizard of Oz.
yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Could you check your messenger super quick?
Okay.
It's not your problem.
You look so nice tonight, Scooter.
I do?
Yeah, you look like a happy stola.
Oh, well, thank you, dear.
You're welcome. Your hair looks cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I call them as I sees them.
See what yeah, okay.
I do. Oh boy.
What a trip, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where'd she go? All of a sudden she disappeared.
Oh, I'll be right there, Davita. I'm right here.
She'll be right back.
I won't leave you, promise.
But oh my gosh, so yeah, so they had them, and they had then another girl came with her two girls, and then we went back home because and ate dinner because my cousin doesn't cook a lot of things that we like. He's a vegetarian. Well, he's a pescatarian, but so like we're gonna go home and have our burgers and stuff. And
This
then
is the cousin that kind of rules his mom, right? The 91.
Oh yeah, he goes like this to let me go help my mom, and I'm thinking that's nice that he's helping his mom, and then he goes so I can get her out of here. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I thought that was well, that's a change that he's helping her, and then and she's like, I didn't even have a birthday cake this year, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I said I made you one the year before, and you said you were coming up, and you didn't come up. And she goes, yeah, well, do it for me next year. Hopefully I'll still be around and everything. I said, okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Question.
Yeah.
First, no, those are the same curtains, Pamela, thank you. And I am loosening up for Gideon. Okay, Gail. But this is for real. Could I ask you guys to pray for real?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for my, my niece Brianna. You guys met her and the three little boys at,
Oh, yeah.
it was my birthday party, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wine and
no-
Bonds for May?
Yeah. Why? What's
Okay.
happening?
Remember the three little boys?
Yeah. What
The three
happened?
boys?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Eli, the middle one, he's the one that I was telling you guys he was kind of my favorite. He's,
Yeah, you're scaring me.
I
What
know.
happened? Something happened to him?
well,
Oh,
there's a 99% chance that he has lymphoma.
oh no.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Oh no.
Yeah, she'll find out.
Lymphoma
She'll
or
find out.
Hodgkin's lymphoma?
Lymphoma.
Wow.
Hodgkin's or non-Hodgkin's?
She didn't say, Bree didn't say. They were visiting their dad, both the boys. And she said, Andy called her and said, you need to take Eli to the doctor. He's got some big lump on his neck. Well, she said, that I guess he brought him home or whatever. And she said, then it went from one side of the neck to the other and puffed way out like this. And it's not here in the front, okay?
Okay.
They're back here. She showed me a picture. The lumps are back here.
Well, I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, there are lymph glands there because one time
Lymph
one of my
glands.
kids swelled up there. I was like freaking out, and I brought them to the doctor. They said it was okay. Sometimes they can because you do have lymph glands there.
Right, the lymph nodes. One, and then
Right.
she said one puffed way out. He's gotten the what was it, an ultrasound so far and blood work. She said the blood work the doctor told her is fine.
Okay,
Oh.
so why
It
do they
just
think
slightly
why do they,
elevated, but the doctor said I'm 99% sure it's lymphoma, and she'll find out Tuesday.
did he
for
have
sure.
a fine needle biopsy?
No, not yet.
Well, how
She
are they
said-
gonna find
Yeah.
out?
I guess that's how they'll find out, by the fine needle. by
Okay,
the
let me
needle.
tell you something. When Michael was diagnosed, before he was diagnosed, he was getting one side. It was one side of his neck, and it would swell up, and it would go down. And we went to the ear, nose, and throat, and she gave him antibiotics, and it would go down. They did a CAT scan. They did blood work, and she told me specifically. She said to me, Carolyn, cancer doesn't look like this on the CAT scan. Okay, I said no. She said no. She said the only thing I don't want to do is, and she said, and it also doesn't go like take an antibiotic, it shrinks, it goes bad. Like she just says he had everything that was totally not saying it was cancer at all. Okay, so here's the thing: Then she says, I don't want to operate because I'm so afraid that it's close to facial nerves and I don't want him to end up looking like Sylvester Stallone with a crooked mouth like that. That's all she was worried about. She kept telling me this. So this was like a month we were at her office. She sends us to another ENT. That ENT does a fine needle biopsy. That didn't show anything. She did every single blood test, cat scratch fever, everything, nothing. She says, there's nothing. She goes, you know what? Let's just take it out. Let's just get it the freak out of there. So she was confident to operate. And I was so worried when he woke up because his mouth was crooked, but it didn't stay that way. So the surgery took way longer than it was supposed to. But then I'm like, oh, crap. Then she comes out and she sits down next to me. She goes, it looked, she goes, don't worry about that. I just, you have to set it off to pathology because that's the way it goes. But the reason it took so long, it was because it was around certain nerves and something, right? So everything pointed that this was nothing. A week later, and my aunt was even coming around going, did they get the results of his biopsy? Did they get the results of his the pathology? And I said, no, but she said it was nothing and everything was said it was nothing. Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. And then that one morning, a week later, Jimmy comes in and says like this, the doctor's on the phone. Michael's got Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Oh, dear God.
That's how he told me. That's how he told me. Okay, so I was like, what? And she goes, I'm as shocked as you are. So being that they're saying that it's definitely this doesn't have to mean that when they told me that it definitely wasn't, and basically definitely wasn't, and it was. And look how much time we wasted, at one ENT to the other ENT. It was like at least 2-3 months that we wasted during that time, and he still had that when we went to the oncologist, said like the best case scenario ever because it didn't even register like a stage 1. It was so negligible, and then we had the radiation. He didn't even require radiation after the surgery, but we did it for prophylactic means and measures. Because I asked the oncologist, "What would you do if it was your son?" So yeah, I mean, it could be just a doctor that says
an infection or something.
Yeah, the other ENT would say that she told somebody else that they had cancer. She told me she thought I had something terribly wrong with my thyroid. I mean, I'm being terribly wrong. I don't mean that it was fluctuating. Yeah. Just like that there was a lump. She would scare you to crap, and she was always wrong. So, I mean, I'm just wondering why the doctor's saying this. If his blood work is good,
right?
Like, what is he basing it on that it's 99%?
Right.
She's a woman doctor, and well, not that matters, but just because you said him, I don't know. That's because Bree said, she even said to her, yeah, but could this be a side effect from COVID? Because he had COVID months ago, and so did his 2 brothers and Andy, the father. And she said no. And Bree's like, well, maybe it's West Nile, maybe it's all these other things.
Right.
And she said, no, shows I'm 99% sure it's lymphoma. But I saw somebody in the chat say lymphoma in young people is very curable. And that's what I told Bree too, that I know I've heard that, that it's very curable in young people. So, but of course she's worried sick.
Oh yeah,
of course.
First time she could talk about it, she was telling me about it, telling us about it down at the cottage yesterday when they came down. And because as soon as my dad and brother and sister got there, I was like, oh, hi, how are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we just had to come down here to get away. We were so sick, worried about Eli. I'm like, what are you talking about? My dad's like, they think that he has lymphoma. And Shelly's like, yeah. And I'm like, nobody told me this. She's like, yeah, we just found out. Anyway, Bree told me that my dad watched, I think, a couple of her boys while she took him to the doctors. And when she got back to pick up the kids, she said, my dad looked at her and goes, see, I told you, what's he have? Just like some kind of infection? Mm-hmm. He's like, he can't have it. He wouldn't have anything like that. No kind of cancer. And Bree said she couldn't help it. She just burst out crying and said, they think he has lymphoma. And she said, my dad grabbed his heart. She said, Debbie,
Oh, no.
I killed your, I thought, oh, Grampy, he grabbed his heart and he just hunched over.
Oh, dear
And
God.
he was just sobbing and sobbing.
Oh,
And she goes, I had to tell him, no, they're pretty sure he doesn't have it. She goes, and then I called him that night and I said, oh, the doctor called me and said he does not have it. She's like, so we're not letting him even
Okay.
know, we're just gonna have, that was just too much on him, I guess.
Yeah.
When is she,
Well,
did you say she's going tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
Yeah, I told her, please let Shelley know and then let Shelley let me know or whatever. I wanna
Yeah.
know
Andrew Wallace, the
ASAP.
truth, Scooter, younger, they are more likely it will never return. My aunt is 66, was stage 4, but totally free now. Thank you, Andrew Wallace.
and, like Carolyn said, I mean, they haven't, his blood test came back just slightly elevated, and usually isn't it the white count that is,
Yeah,
off the charts when it's something like that?
yeah.
So that's all they've done so far is the CAT scan and that, correct?
Did they do a CAT scan?
Ultrasound, she said. I believe she
Oh,
said.
ultrasound, okay. But you know what, let's just pray that it is something other than that, and it could be, like Carolyn said, they were, sure that Michael didn't, and unfortunately, look, it could be flipped on your end.
I've heard a lot of people that they say, oh, it's definitely this, and it's not. Look at your sister. Remember your sister? Is that the same doctor? The one that she kept saying, I'm going to be diagnosed, and she went, and you kept saying, oh my gosh, it's so bad, and she had nothing when she went?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember when she was in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yep.
That was last summer too, I think.
I said, these doctors can scare the heck out of you.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Well, look at Daisha, what I went through with her
Yeah.
brain. Oh my God, it was like, oh God. They can scare the heck out of you.
Well, guess what? We found out he has blah, 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 blah,
Right.
It'd be something simple. I've been thinking about your cousin, Alma,
Hmm.
her little cousin.
Yeah.
I haven't, something's wrong with Elma's cousin?
Yeah.
Well, I
She
didn't
doesn't
hear
have
that.
a little cousin that, I don't know if she wants,
Oh, okay. Okay, that's okay.
but I do pray for her, Alma. Such a cute little thing. Yeah, Lola Noble, they always make you think the worst thing, it seems like. Henny, Brianna said that she has thought for a long time that something's wrong with him. I have no idea why. She just said, because he's always tired. She said he'll sit there on the couch and start sucking his thumb and go right to sleep, watching cartoons and everything. And she said he's always so tired. Which I said, but Bree, every time I've seen him, he's running around full of energy. I've never seen him acting tired or anything. But of course, I don't see
Yeah, what
him
were the
usually.
symptoms?
Huh?
What are the symptoms as far as just her seeing him? And when the dad said you need to have him checked, why did he say that? Because he was tired? Or
No,
just the
because
lump?
all of a sudden he saw a lump on his neck that was puffed out like this.
Okay,
Like in the back.
okay.
Yeah, but that can be just a gland. Glands get
Right.
swollen for a lot of reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then Bree said it just keeps changing. She said like this side will go down and then it'll be on this side and all puffed out.
I'll pray that it's nothing.
But I mean, if it is that, I know he'll be fine. I just don't want, you don't want to see him have to have needles and stuff like that stuck in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to have a little kid go through something like that.
No.
No.
But
No.
if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
I should have
Yeah.
had her send me the picture of his neck. I'll ask her to send it to me tomorrow. I can show you guys. Because it does look different. I mean, when I think of swollen glands, you think of here.
Mhm.
You don't think of it back here. She said the doctor called it something, post something back here.
Host.
Yeah. Penny,
Does he have
that's what
fever?
Bree thought, she's like, it could be symptoms from, right? And the doctor said, no. Huh?
Does he have fever?
No. Mm-mm.
And there's many different kinds
No,
of
she didn't.
lymphoma. There's Burkitt lymphoma, there's lymphoblastic lymphoma, there's large B cell lymphoma, there's anaplastic large cell lymphoma. So there's lots of different
Right.
and Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah, and he's only, what, 5 years old?
No.
He's such a little cutie. Oh my gosh, he's adorable. Such a sweetheart. Well,
And-
all her boys are.
And this is just a pediatrician she's going to? That's telling her this?
Carolyn, I'm not sure. First, she took him to the ER because she was so scared. And then she went to the doctor. Thank you, Deborah. I told her I was going to ask everyone to pray for him.
Oh, yeah, for sure I will. And I'll tell Daisha too. She's a little prayer warrior. That one.
It was so hard trying to get on here the last couple nights to even put anything in here. So,
Sure.
because the signal down at the cottage is horrible.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to make a diagnosis, I mean, they have to
I
do
know,
a biopsy.
that's-
Right?
I think that's kind of wrong.
And so, how would she know
Yeah, to
Tuesday?
say-
Because even if they did the aspiration, it's probably going to take a few days to come back, a week probably.
I'm
So
wondering
then
if she
she's a
didn't
nervous wreck.
understand her right. Because Bree said as soon as she told her, she was shocked. She's like, and I just was falling to pieces. She goes, I
Oh,
couldn't really even understand what she was saying.
I'm wondering if she heard, like sometimes when you hear stuff like that, Angie Wallace, thank you for becoming a deputy rambler. Sometimes you can't even process, like you don't even know what they're saying to you.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
maybe she was just like, maybe she just misunderstood everything. Hopefully.
But she told Andy, their father, they're divorced. Bree's remarried to Wesley's father, Wesley's dad. But she said, her and Andy were talking about it. And Andy said, do not tell my mother. I don't want my parents to know. They're going to flip out. They're going to be hysterical. Her new husband now, Wesley's dad, is already telling her to get friendly with this friend of hers that he likes because she's the only person he trusts Wesley to be watched by. So he's already thinking ahead that, Eli will have to go for treatments and he wants to make sure Wesley is taken, I don't know, taken care of or, well, I mean, of course, everybody wants their kid taken care of, but
Yeah.
I guess he's real particular, Bree said, on who he'll let watch Wesley.
Yeah, Bren, that's something they say. Cancer lumps are hard, feels like a stone, but my son didn't follow that.
Was his spongy?
They would come and they would go, yeah, and they weren't hard
Yeah.
like a stone, and they didn't look the way cancer does on a CT scan. And I'm telling you, he kept saying, no, cancer doesn't look this way.
Yeah. I think it was a little presumptuous for that doctor to be so adamant.
Yeah, 99% sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I
to
mean, was
put
that
her
just a
through that right
hunch? I
now.
mean, like, what was that based on? Like, just a
Yeah.
hunch? You know what I'm saying? Like, just her hunch, or
Yeah, I know.
what was it
'Cause
really
she got the
based
test
on?
back and that's, yeah, I don't know. Really, Cindy L? Oh, yeah, because she said by the test, he did not have leukemia. Cindy L says, my son had leukemia when he was 10. He is 41 now. And Bree said that the doctor told her, it's not leukemia. We know that from the test. She goes, and I'm very glad that it's not that. She goes, I was more worried about the, that it could be leukemia. And she said, but I'm 99% sure that he has lymphoma.
Okay, so what's the difference between leukemia and lymphoma?
Carolyn would probably know that.
Well,
Probably-
what is it, Carolyn?
leukemia is the blood.
Cancer of the blood?
Yeah, leukemia is about the blood, and lymphoma is about the lymph glands.
Well, yeah, because like you said, they said the blood came back fine. That's what I was saying. Usually with leukemia, the white cells are.
Right, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Right, yeah. And Bree said they don't hurt. She said, you can push on those. They don't hurt him one bit. Did Michael's hurt when you pushed on him?
Trying to remember. I think they were a little tender. I'm trying to remember. I think so. Because whatever he had was just totally not anything related to cancer. Like, it had everything that was just showing it was something else. Which is why she just, kept waiting and waiting and saying, oh, this is nothing we have to rush. This is, the CT scan and everything. And I don't want to put him through unnecessary surgery. We'll try another course of antibiotics. And yeah.
Yeah, lymphoma is lymph nodes, leukemia is blood cancer. Yeah, that's what Nana Patty said, so.
Right.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have a good feeling about this, and I'm going to just have really
Yeah,
positive.
I do too, I have a good feeling about it.
I just think
I
it
think
might
it's
be.
terrible that they have her hysterical.
Yeah.
Is she a very anxious person that don't normally think?
She said she has anxiety. Yeah, she said she
Yeah.
has a lot of anxiety.
It could be that, like sometimes you just can't process this stuff right. Because I can do that sometimes, be off to the races when somebody's telling me something. I think it's like a death sentence.
Cindy L. Brianna said Eli hardly eats either. But every time I've seen him down at my dad's house, he's eating everything that,
But a lot of kids are like that. My daughter used to say all the time, she used to go, I ate last Thursday. That we used to joke around because she used to say that. She used to go, oh, I don't want anything. I ate last Thursday. She used to say that all the time. I'm talking about like a little kid. She was like a comedian. No, I don't want that. I ate last Thursday.
That is cute. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Sue W. Yeah, Bree will love all the prayers.
Yeah.
I'm just glad my father didn't have a
Oh,
freaking.
wow, really? I hope he's okay, Angie.
Yeah.
Prayers.
Oh,
I wonder, that's not what Manager of Three Monsters' little nephew had, is it?
oh, I don't know,
But
Carolyn.
he's supposed to be cancer-free now. God bless, I believe so.
Yes.
And he was in bad shape.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Pamela.
What did Sharon's son have?
Oh, he had some type of a brain tumor, but it wasn't cancer.
It was, remember where
benign,
the-
wasn't it?
there wasn't enough, like the opening for the,
Oh, yeah.
Where
Yeah.
is Sharon? Where the freak is Sharon?
Yeah,
I was
Sharon,
wondering
she's,
about her today.
Oh,
I was thinking
Where
about her
is
last
she?
night.
you saw her today? Somebody saw her, you said?
No, I said I was thinking
No,
about her.
Oh, I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was
have-
thinking because I haven't seen her.
we have to round her up. Make sure she's
Now,
all right.
round that woman up, would you?
I know about a week ago or so, she said she's going to sleep earlier or something.
That's Lisa, isn't it? Yeah, Sharon is too, but she fell off that picnic table.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
My goodness, yes. Elma says trivia.
It's trivia.
Okay, Anna Sweden. She said she's getting anxiety right now. She's gonna
All
step
right,
away.
okay,
for a
all right,
minute.
all right. Yeah, everybody's probably, because a lot of people here probably have health anxiety. And when you start talking about something, everybody thinks they have something.
Right, yep.
Let's see, I'll give you a trivia question, chat. Let's see. What comet appears approximately every 75 years? Chat. Go ahead. What comet appears every 75 years?
I know that, but I won't say.
SUW. Primrose, I don't seal mine. Do you seal your diamond paintings? Scooter? Haley's
No, I
nodding.
don't. No.
Yes, Alma. Yes, Shar. Yes, Danielle C. Okay, the next question. How many milliliters are in a standard bottle of wine? How many milliliters are in a standard bottle of wine? $750. Yes, who's that? Lola. Yes, Lola. Her name was Lola.
She was a show.
How many sides, this is easy, does a stop sign have? How many sides does a stop sign have? Pamela, yes, 8. Okay. What two colors are mixed to make orange? What two colors are mixed to make orange? When you mix, yellow and red. Yes. Okay. What number is most commonly thought to be unlucky? Except this number in some other cultures is thought to be lucky. It's very funny. $13, yeah. But you know, in Italy, that's thought to be a lucky number. Okay. All's fair in what and war? Yes, in Italy it is lucky. It is. $13, your lucky number, yeah. Love, right. Okay. What external device most commonly moves a computer cursor? Hi, real life Bethany Ray. I think you're behind in the chat. Yes, mouse. Okay, and Gandalf can be found in what trilogy? Oh, you get purple. If you mix blue and yellow, you get purple. Harry, no, Alma. Lord of the Rings. Yes. Okay. What prime number is between 3 and 7? I keep telling Jimmy I'm feeling like I'm like, I hope I don't need a rotator cuff surgery.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, what? Because when I'm driving and stuff, and then I feel like a pain right like here, like it's, and then I'm like today. Now I just felt like I'll go over there. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But hopefully I just picked up something heavy and strained it.
Did you go swimming?
Not gonna say a word.
Copying? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't go swimming today. But I've been doing. I've been picking up stuff, and maybe picking up big bags of soil and stuff, and maybe I just 5. Correct. Okay. What is the capital city of Japan? My ulnar nerve. That's on this hand. My ulnar nerve is on this hand. I'm just wondering. Like, oh my gosh, it's okay. It'll be fine. Tokyo. Yes.
I wonder if Moo made her potato salad.
Oh yeah.
She was gonna make potato salad?
Mm-hmm. Now I want potato salad.
That does sound good. Moo moo. Where's my moo moo?
In what fictional city do characters Clark Kent and Lois Lane reside? Bursitis, yes, and I've had bursitis since I'll never forget the first time I had it. They said, "Oh, that's what it's like to find." I was like 21, and they said, "Well, that's what it's like when you get old." And then there's like sometimes when I would go to bed with it, and I couldn't even sleep, and it was just like a dull pain.
Mm-hmm.
But I still couldn't sleep with it until I took something like Tylenol or something to take. Yeah, but it's just so weird how that dull. Maybe that's what it is. I haven't had bursitis act up in a long time.
I wonder if that's what I get in this left shoulder.
Could be.
Well, I get a lot of bursitis in the joint They're gonna drain it.
Really? And that's why
Yeah.
I'm sending you some of this, and I almost want to, yeah, I'll put some of that on.
Look it up. They'll drain it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I don't like. I'm very anti-surgery, anti-draining. I'll just kind of get along.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I realize, but that doesn't sound pleasant to me. But that's what I think it is. Now that, thanks for saying that, because that's exactly what it feels like. Thank you. Let me see here. Where were we? Metropolis. Yeah, she got it. Okay, Metropolis. Okay. What continent is home to Venezuela, Chile, and Peru? Speaking of that, where is
Oh, yeah, because she had her shot.
Alicia Bissell?
Alicia Bissell.
Alicia.
Yeah. What is that? Sounds like a sewing machine underwater.
Smells like water.
Sounds like a sewing machine underwater.
Yeah.
Is it me?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Brazil, right? Sure, right. South America. Okay. What language is spoken in the Netherlands? Oh, where's Jeanette?
Yes, Jeanette.
That was in here earlier.
Jeanette. What? Mommy.
I love her.
Yeah, she's a crack up.
She's on a date.
She's faithful. That's what I like.
Yeah.
She is, yeah.
She's what?
I like the way she says mommy.
Yeah. Mommy.
I
Yeah,
love the way she
mommy.
says mommy.
Don't call her mommy. I will call her mommy.
Yeah,
Okay.
but she says it so endearing,
Yeah, I
you
know. Right.
Yeah, it
Dutch.
sounds so cute.
Yeah, it does.
Muskrat, dingo, and wallaby, which is not native to Australia?
A dingo.
The dingo stole my baby, remember?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, dingo done stole my baby.
Your dad is Dutch, Harley Ann?
To be honest, I think they're all related. Are you doing a trick question? Come on now, Carolyn.
No. They're a muskrat, right, Muka?
Muskrat Susie.
What is the oldest university in the United Kingdom? Sounds like she's sewing underwater.
Yeah, what are you doing, honey?
Oh, me?
Are you sewing?
Yeah, it sounds like you're sewing underwater.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It does sound like a sewing machine.
Yeah, it sounds like you're sewing really fast but underwater.
Oh my God.
I don't
I didn't know
agree.
Tammy had that kind of talent.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I only sewed one
Oxford.
time and I got my apron, but
Correct,
no, I'm not
Oxford.
sewing.
Are you
let
sitting
me just-
outside? Are you outside?
No. I'm just gonna hang up and call back in.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Justin Timberlake is associated with what boy band?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Really, Emma?
Really, Alma? Bridget was in your room giving you a shot? Oh boy. I'm not gonna ask.
Bridget's giving her shots?
I guess so. Uh-oh. NSYNC, right? What? When the bases are loaded in baseball, how many bases have runners on them? Yeah, Led Zeppelin, Yamasaki. Yeah.
M-I-C-K-E-Y.
M-O-U-S-E. They make good chicken. Musketeer
Who?
chicken. Rosketeer chicken.
Oh.
Rostateer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ros-
Rosseteer.
Rosketeer chicken. 3, right. Who was Tonto's Kemosabe?
Really, Cynthia? All rhinestone full drill painting.
And I can't
can't
stand
stand
it,
it?
she says. Deborah Vancouver done as a rooster.
Really, Lisa H?
Rosseteer.
Was it the sister that was on the other
No,
night?
it was Bonnie, her
Oh.
daughter. Oh my gosh.
You said that at KFC.
The Lone Ranger. I can't
She
believe you
ordered-
can remember the name just like that because I keep messing it up.
Oh, yeah. I was Silver away.
No, I'm talking about the Rosseteer.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Rosseteer.
You said it was like a mouseketeer, so that's why Rosseteer. That's how I have to
Did
try
he-
to remember.
Free chicken from KFC. She called it Rosseteer.
I love KFC.
What cartoon cat
I'll try
says
that Rosseteer.
suffering succotash? What cartoon cat says suffering succotash?
Oh, I love him.
I do too. I can't think of who it is.
Why
though.
don't
I
why don't
can.
more people name their cat? You think Moo would have a cat that with that name?
You know, I bet she forgot.
You know, a lot of people.
Oh, now I know.
Yeah. I bet you she'll name Snappy. Well, I can't say it yet,
Yeah.
but
Sylvester. Yeah, why aren't
Yeah.
there more cats named Sylvester?
We used to have a cat named Sylvester when my kids were little. Oh gosh, she was so pretty.
Yeah. The swoosh is the logo for what shoemaker? The swoosh. Logo for what shoemaker?
what are you eating, Carolyn?
I'm eating those ginger candies. I love those
I
things.
love ginger.
Lemon ginger candies. I love them.
Lemon ginger?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get them?
Usually I get them at TJ Maxx.
Mmm. You know what I'm eating?
What?
Dill pickle potato chips.
Oh,
Betsy likes those.
They're like the vinegar, the salt and vinegar.
mm-hmm.
They're good.
Nike. Yes, Nike. Okay. What will the UK be leaving when Brexit is complete? They're still having some kind of a 4th of July thing on the TV. I hear them singing like crazy.
Oh, really? Well, they might be doing a recap on.
I don't know what's been going on. Might be on your coast.
Oh, okay.
Because it's only, what time there? 12?
Here it. Yeah, 11:59.
Mm-hmm.
9:59.
The European Union, did you guys say European Union? Yes. What disease is associated with an inability to make insulin?
Wait, Davida, it's 12. It's going on midnight at your place, right?
Right.
Yeah, 11:59.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
now it's 12. Mhm.
Okay. I thought you said 9:59.
Hi, Shay.
No.
What?
What's everybody planning for tomorrow?
I'm just working on more faux food videos.
You're so good at that, Davita.
Oh, thanks, Guido.
Do your kids go, my mom is such a great fake food cook. She made the best fake food.
Yeah, we get so full from it.
Love to look at it. We just love to look at her fake food. I don't know how, even Jimmy says how you don't eat that icing and stuff when you're making it. All I think about is cake when you make it.
I can't believe how popular the faux food decor has gotten. I mean, in the beginning, when I first was looking for it, you couldn't hardly find it.
They used to make
On
candles.
YouTube.
Remember, it was always candles that they made that? Like candles that
yes.
were like breads and cakes. Like I had candles that were like pies, and I would never
Oh,
burn
yeah.
them. Candles that were
I'm going to
breads
be
or
making
buns.
those too.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Probably during Christmas.
Real Christmas or Christmas in July?
No, not Christmas in July.
Okay. Did they get the answer? Diabetes? Did they say it?
Yes.
Okay. Who starred as the female lead in the movie Pretty Woman? Pretty Woman. Walking
I
down
love
the
that
street.
song.
Pretty Woman. Girl I'd like to meet.
High Tapered Fairy, #1. Belinda Brubaker.
I think I was 10 when that song came out.
I would have been the same age.
I know.
Hi, Vero.
Julia Roberts, right. Within 3 miles per hour, how fast can gorillas swim? Give me the speed of a gorilla, and you can be 3 miles per hour either, off. And it'll still count. How many miles per hour can a gorilla swim?
I didn't know they could swim.
I didn't either.
I've never seen them in water to swim.
Well, can anyone learn to swim?
I guess.
Pudding cups, I know, Nanette. I'm thinking of one.
Not me, Nanette. I don't copy off of people. That would be so cute to see a gorilla swimming, though, for real.
Yeah.
The answer is gorillas can't swim, but I bet you I could
Okay.
teach. I bet you I
That's what I was
could.
going to say. 'Cause I've
I
never
bet
seen
you
one.
I could teach a gorilla to swim.
Oh, Carolyn, don't pull a moo. Carolyn will be in the water with the gorilla and Moo will be in the water with an alligator.
I could teach a gorilla to swim. I know that I could.
Oh,
I think it's a fallacy that they said Scotties couldn't swim either. My Scotty can swim.
all right.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. I think I can make a gorilla swim. I could help a gorilla to swim. First, I would get him a gorilla-size life jacket, and he would like to be in the water and stuff. I know he would. Don't tell me when he's hot, he's not going to want to sit in the water. Don't they have water in their enclosures and stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, like big pools. Come on. They
I
can
don't
swim.
remember seeing a
Dawn
pool
Marie,
with a-
but they can swim. They can swim. Why couldn't they swim? They have arms and legs.
Well, they don't. Well, they're not going to know what to do.
But they're very smart. If I gave them a kickboard, and I say, here, lay on this and kick your feet and follow me with a life jacket, I know I could teach a gorilla to swim. Never say never. That's crazy. I'm going to look that up right now. Because I
Please do.
guarantee you,
That's
there.
bugging
I
me.
guarantee you, there is a gorilla that has learned to swim.
But don't you think if they did that one chick that went to Africa and was killed, remember she
Jane
she
Goodall.
loved the,
Jane
yeah.
Goodall. Well, but see, okay. Let's see here.
Carolyn Goodall.
Okay, see? The primates that have been raised and cared for by humans have learned to dive and swim. Okay?
Wow.
Because chimpanzees, orangutans, and are not supposed to be able to either. Okay? But they are. Look at this. The chimpanzee is swimming here. It says, for many years, zoos have used water moats to confine chimpanzees, gorillas, or orangutans. When apes ventured into deep water, they often drown. Some argued that this was indicative of a definite difference between humans and apes. People enjoy the water, and they're able to learn to swim, while apes prefer to stay on dry land. Renato Bender from the University of Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, and Nicole Bender from the University of Bern have studied a chimpanzee and orangutan in the United States. These primates, Cooper the chimp and Surya, I don't know how, the orangutan, were raised and cared for by humans, and they have learned to swim and dive. We are extremely surprised when Cooper the chimp dived repeatedly into a swimming pool and seemed to feel very comfortable. To prevent Cooper from drowning, they stretched 2 ropes over the deepest part of the pool. Cooper became immediately interested in the ropes, and after a few minutes, he started diving into the 2-meter deep water to pick up objects on the bottom of the pool. It was very surprising behavior for an animal that is thought to be very afraid of water. Some weeks later, the chimp began to swim on the surface of the water. The orangutan was filmed in a private zoo in South Carolina. She also possesses the rare swimming and diving ability. She can swim freely up to 12 meters. Both animals use a leg movement similar to the human breaststroke or frog kick, while Cooper moves the hind legs simultaneously. Surya moves them alternately. And let's see, the team believes that this swimming style might be due to an ancient adaptation to arboreal life. Most mammals use the so-called dog paddle kind of locomotion, but yeah, see, they can be taught to swim. Okay, humans who are closely related to the apes also do not swim instinctively, but unlike apes, humans are attracted to water and can learn to swim and dive. The behavior of the great apes in water has largely been neglected in anthropology. That's one of the reasons why swimming in apes was never before scientifically described, although these animals have otherwise been studied very thoroughly. We did find other well-documented cases of swimming and diving apes, but Cooper and Surya are the only ones that they were able to film. Okay, so they can swim, but they just don't usually.
Can you imagine the hair in the filter of that pool?
But like, I mean, like, who? Of course, like, we have to learn to swim. So yeah, I mean, it's, you know, they just haven't been taught to swim. They can definitely swim.
That's so cute. You could
That is
teach
cute.
people how to swim.
I think you could teach anyone to swim.
I did like Planet of the Apes.
Parasailing too.
I did too.
Yeah, like he could definitely learn to float and hold on to a tube and maybe sit in a lounger, one of those water pads. Who would think a horse could swim?
What?
Who would think a horse could swim?
Oh my gosh.
But they can.
They can.
They can.
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like at the horse farm we have, they have a pond for the horses, and the horses go in. They love it.
Yeah, they can swim.
I never knew that.
Right? And who would think that? So, yeah, if a horse can swim, a horse is a horse, of course, of course. Oh my gosh.
I mean, if a horse can talk, it can swim.
Yeah. And what other animal do you think can't swim? Like a skunk? A skunk could swim. I'm sure a skunk could swim if they wanted to swim. I think any animal could swim if they want to swim.
Well, maybe then.
The deer here swim across the lake. Really, Fogarty? Wow, I've never seen a deer in the lake. But you never know.
I saw a dead baby
Elephants swim.
deer floating in the lake.
Oh, no.
Scooter.
Yeah. It was,
Okay.
yeah, for real. It was so sad.
Oh,
Thanks for telling us. Elephant. Yeah, parrots swim. They love the water. Elephants swim. Lucas Yorkie loves to swim. Donkey can swim.
Sorry, Danielle.
Fox can swim. Any mammal will swim if they need to. I believe that too. Adventures with Beth.
can an owl swim?
Yeah, they like to swim. Eagles. I couldn't believe that Eagles Day. It's crazy. But gals and gear, I am exhausted tonight. Are you guys tired?
Yeah.
I am too.
Luke
I
was
am.
falling asleep. He didn't even want to go to the fire. He wanted to. He was so worn out from that party. Oh my gosh, I'm worn out. And tomorrow, I don't know. My son's bringing Roman by, and I don't know what Jimmy is doing with this doctor.
Oh, yeah, because you got to take him to the doctor.
He's talking about driving himself.
Well, of course he is.
But then I couldn't get lost in the bad part of town.
Well, in other words, she's saying, oh, okay, if you think you can.
But I really have to see because I don't know. I really want to spend some time with Roman, and I know my son will be freaked out. Flying squirrels.
How long are you going to have him? Just for the day or overnight?
Well, no. Well, it all depends. It's how his surgery goes, and if he wants to spend the, I think he probably will end up spending the night with my daughter. So, but it's been a long day, guys.
All right.
I love you guys. Prayers for everyone.
Oh, yeah, yes, prayers for
yeah.
Scooter's
Yeah.
little,
Little Eli.
Eli.
yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless. Prayers for all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.